Week 11. For some seniors, it's one last hurrah to lay it all on the field before the next step of their lives. For others, a precursor to a postseason run and ultimate high school football glory, a state championship. Buckle the chin straps. SNN's Friday Football Fever is on now. Hello everyone, Trevor DeGroat with you, welcoming you in once again to Friday Football Fever presented by our friends at Ingman Marine. The final regular season game of the year is a mixed bag of sorts. For some schools, it's the end, or maybe a chance to get tuned up before the postseason. And then there are the rivalry games, and the way Riverview and Sarasota's programs have surged and progressed this season alone, this rivalry just got a whole lot more spicy. And it was on full display at Sarasota High School. Packed house for this rivalry. Sarasota started out on top 7-0 with this interception return by Dakota Morris just minutes into the game. And then a Rams fumble on the kickoff leads Austin Weidman to making a field goal. Sarasota's up 10-0. Upset in the making perhaps, but Sailors weren't going to sail away that easy. Brian Riles knows this, and he's watching on as Riverview quarterback Mike Welser finds Zadarian Grable. Nice catch in the back of the end zone to put 7 on the board for the Rams. A couple drives later, back of the end zone. Welser rolls to his right, finds Mike Van Ness. Nice job keeping his feet in bounds. Rams take the lead. Less than 2 minutes left into this game. Sarasota running back Jaquan Johnson is going to punch one in for the Sailors, but it was to no avail. Riverview takes the rivalry game 42-24. Lyndon Blake was at Sarasota tonight and caught up with Rams head coach Todd Johnson, now focused on the playoffs.
Huge win for us. Riverview-Sarasota game is always an unbelievable rivalry. Anytime we can beat these guys, it's an unbelievable feeling. So proud of our team. You know, and Riverview's right back where we belong, having a home playoff game in the Ram Bowl. So I know Ram Nation is going to turn out in droves and pack the house next Friday night.
Circle that one. They're going to host Olympia from Orlando. Hey, Venice, we're looking for a perfect regular season. Credit the Tornado defense. Booker stepping up big, clogging the holes. But, hey, there's Matt Speedy LaRoche finally getting his way for the first score of the night. Then on Booker's first play from scrimmage, Arthur Brantley can't hit his man. Instead, he hits Taylor Ayat, I should say. And then here comes more scoring. Bryce Carpenter finds Javon Hiley wide open down the middle. Here's a nice diving catch for the highlight reel by Casey Milliken. There goes the cannon too. Venice has a big lead. Tornadoes trying to get a little traction on offense. Jamal Benson pounding his way, trying to break it outside, but it would be the Matt LaRoche show again. 249 yards in the first half alone, and another long TD run across the field. Venice, a perfect 9-0 on the season, sweeping away the Tornadoes 42-6. Charlotte trying to get a perfect season as well, looking for a good warm-up test before the playoffs against Palmetto. Third quarter, 14-0 Tarpons. D. Hicks to Malik Williams. Look at the man, 13-yard bulldozer right there into the end zone, 21-zip. Palmetto with the ball. Anthony Marino getting a look at quarterback to Jason Spicer Jr., the former QB, but he puts the ball on the ground. It's recovered by Jaden Grant, returned for 59 yards, and the score, folks, 28-0 Charlotte. Fourth quarter, LaBelle Cujo gets the handoff, touchdown for 51 yards, 35-0 the final. Another perfect season for Binky Warhop and the Tarpons. Hey, Manatee Southeast snuck into the playoffs last week as runner-ups. The Canes seeking a 10th straight win in this fierce rivalry, all of them early. Look at Javarius Pollock, evades the tackler, takes the 45 yards left, down the sidelines for a 7-0 Manatee lead. Southeast hung tough. Sweet catch here by Tyler Stevenson. Big fella Chauncey Green on defense is going to get himself a sack on A.J. Colagiovanni. Big moment for him. But that didn't shake up the Manatee quarterback. Finds freshman Jaden Robinson. Look at him, fool 2 Knowles right here. Ain't no stopping him for a touchdown. Then Pollock visits the other sidelines, and he visits the end zone again for a rushing touchdown. Yeah, we get the point. Canes continued owning Southeast 42-24. Both head on the road next week to start their playoff runs. A couple other games of note. Braden River's going to head on the road next week to Gulf Coast High, a team they faced in the first round last year, but at home they get a nice win in St. Petersburg over the Gibbs Gladiators, 35-14. And Port Charlotte, disappointed they didn't win their district with their loss to Charlotte last week. But they do a nice job of getting on track for their playoff game next week. They go on the road. They beat Westland highly 45-0. The Pirates look in really good shape. They should be a contender, and don't be surprised if we see another rematch between Charlotte and Port Charlotte. It would be in Tarpon's territory, but hey, Port Charlotte certainly gave Charlotte all they can handle last week, so don't be surprised about that. Time to call a quick timeout. Don't you worry, we got a couple more high school football games to show you and a little more perspective later on with Mr. Doug Fernandez of the Herald Tribune. More Friday Football Fever coming up. Welcome back, folks, to Friday Football Fever. Hey, St. Stephen's in the second round of the Sunshine State Athletic Conference playoffs. Win or lose, it's their last home game of the year in Bradenton. Fired up Falcons hosting Zephyr Hills Christian Academy. First Falcons possession, quarterback Fred Billy hits Peyton Vining over the middle for a quick slant and makes a mad dash, taking flight for the first touchdown of the night, 75 yards to the house, 7-0 St. Stephen's. Warriors offense trying to respond. Warriors PJ McHale Chavis, number 11 here. He's going to take the snap. Solid gain, but not a whole lot. St. Stephen's had a nice job tonight. Then Alonzo Sampson, mad dash, finds a little bit of room up the middle, but St. Stephen's did do a nice job tonight. It wasn't 7-0, but they sure put a whooping, and they're going to move on to the third round of the playoffs. So good luck to the Falcons. Cardinal Mooney trying to head into the playoffs strong, taking on Bayshore. Bruins with the ball. Quarterback Brian Coleman throws to Denny Dessen. A little bit of a minimal game, but something positive for sure. Here comes Cardinal Mooney on offense. Tristan Hillerich takes the handoff, gets a few yards downfield before getting knocked down. But hey, this time he hands it off to Bryce Williams, I should say. Goes untouched for an easy score. Bruins trying to get on the scoreboard. Coleman scrambles, looks to his left, couldn't really find anything all night. Cougars making more plays. Hillerich connects on a screen pass to Ryan Bletchta, number 82, for a first down. Coleman back on offense. Nice pass to number 32, Michael Alexander, for a solid game, but like all season, Bayshore's offense could not establish really any consistency in this one, only putting up a safety. That gets scored on defense, folks. Mooney wins 27-2. They're ready for postseason play. A couple other games. Out of Door Academy made the home crowd feel proud tonight on their final game of the season, beating the Santa Fe Catholic Hawks 36-0 at home. And Bradenton Christian, wow, what a rout they put on Bishop McLaughlin, 56-31. So a couple of good teams right there moving into the SSAC, getting a couple wins to end their season. Look at the scoring between Lemon Bay and Northport. They didn't have a lot of success earlier this year, but hey, at least put on some fireworks for the Lemon Bay crowd. Manta Rays get the win 49-42. And the Lakewood Ranch Mustangs, nice win. Not a lot of success early this season. Went over for much of it, but they got 2 wins on the back end here. Win 26, not 19, 26-10 over the DeSoto County Wildcats. When Friday Football Fever picks back up, we'll break down some of the games and look ahead to some of the playoffs with Herald Tribune sports writer Doug Fernandez. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody, to Friday Football Fever. Hey, Herald Tribune sports columnist Doug Fernandez is here. You're back, man. It's been a wild ride these past several weeks.
Nice to be back. I was at a game that finally got over at a reasonable time.
That's right, yeah. And it was Riverview and Sarasota. Right. This rivalry is starting to get spicy now. These two teams really had a lot going for them this year. Riverview, of course, more so than Sarasota. Rams look really strong going into their game against Olympia next week.
Yeah, Sarasota jumped off to an early 10-0 lead, really knocked Riverview back on its heels. Riverview responded, got 3 touchdowns from Mike Welser. 2 from Allie Boyce. He rushed over 180 yards rushing. They won 42-24, and they'll be on the road actually at home, Orlando Olympia.
Yeah,
at the Rambo.
Their offense looks fantastic, up-tempo, new this year, which is really good to see. Manatee, on the other hand, they're going to go on the road against Dr. Phillips. Good showing against Southeast tonight, but their defense has got to be ready for Dr. Phillips if they want any chance at a postseason run.
We have 8 teams in the playoffs, 3 at home. If you look at every matchup, believe it or not, Manatee is the one where the local team might not come back. Manatee is having trouble tackling. They gave up 3 touchdowns to Southeast, bringing up a lot of points this year. John Booth has to work on defense this week.
He does, and it has to get that right. That's a tough Dr. Phillips team. A couple of other teams for the 7A. Venice and Braden River are going to face the same teams they did last year, except they're going to flip the script. Venice stays home, Braden River on the road. Venice gets South Fort Myers, Braden River gets Gulf Coast.
Yeah, I think you can almost count on it, unless the unforeseen happens, that we'll see another rematch of Braden River and Venice, 2 of the best teams.
Which was a barn burner earlier in the season. And Charlotte, Port Charlotte, we may see the same thing as well. Boca Siga goes to Charlotte. Port Charlotte goes on the road to Clearwater.
I expect Charlotte and Port Charlotte to end up meeting one another again this season.
And finally, Southeast and Cardinal Mooney. Who do you feel has the better chance to make a run and move on to the second round?
Boy, those are 2 teams. Southeast is going to have trouble.
That's Dunbar.
I think Mooney's going to put up a good fight.
They have Melbourne Central Catholic.
I would think Mooney would have. I think we ought to give a shout out to Matt LaRoche. Set the all-time area rushing record, 2,063 yards, broke Mike Ford's record.
Congrats to Matt LaRoche and the Indians and all the teams this season. That does it for us between Doug and I. Thanks for joining us, everybody.